Okay, good morning students. Okay, now yesterday we did the two questions. The remaining third one question for in that CO5 here, that is in the CO2 fifth part here. That is the question is the best way to ensure. No, this one is covered no already. Just a minute. Question number 17. Correct? 15 and 16 in the last class we have covered those two questions. Question number 17 here. That is, this protocol has formed the foundation of data communication. Correct? This protocol has formed the foundation for the data communication over the web. Okay. It is the most common protocol that is used for IoT devices when there is a lot of data to be published. Means in case of the web communication there to transmit the data. To transmit the data, this particular protocol is widely used here. This particular protocol is widely used. Now here in this case it is also used for the IoT data communication here. It is also used for the IoT data communication here. Why is not preferred choice nowadays? But nowadays it is not preferred for the in the case of the IoT field here. Nowadays it is not preferred. Which protocol would you suggest for an additive manufacturing or the 3D printing process for an industry? Which other than this protocol, which you will prefer, and list its features here. Just read question once again here. That is, they are not given the name here. ಹೆಸರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಯಾವ ಪ್ರೋಟೋಕಾಲ್ ಅಂತ. They have not given the name. This protocol has formed the foundation of data communication. Data communication means that is the basic block here for the data communication, the website there. Okay, data communication over the web. It is the most common protocol that is used for IoT devices in the earlier days. Devices when there is a lot of data to be published. Which is this IoT network protocol. You have to name that. Which is that? About which protocol they are saying these words. Okay, which is that protocol. And afterwards, why is it not preferred choice nowadays? Nowadays they are not preferring that protocol. Why this protocol is not preferred nowadays? Okay. Next, which protocol would you suggest for additive manufacturing 3D or 3D printing process for an industry? For this particular application, which protocol you suggest? And list that protocol's features. Question is clear? Which protocol you suggest and list the features of that particular protocol here. Now here this protocol has formed the foundation of the data communication. Means for the data communication the main protocol used was the HTTP. That is hypertext transfer protocol. The protocol which is used for the data communication is the HTTP, hypertext transfer protocol. Therefore, HTTP is the widely used protocol for communication over the web and has been the foundation of the internet as we know it. First internet chalu adaga in the earlier days. For the data communication, the main foundation or the building block of that particular internet is the HTTP protocol. Hypertext transfer protocol here. That was used in the IoT also. Now, it is commonly used by IoT devices to publish the data, but it has some limitations. This HTTP has some limitations. Because of those limitations, now they have switched to other protocol. HTTP web communication for the data communication they are making use, but in the IoT application also they used to use that HTTP, but it is having some limitation now. Due to those limitations, now they have switched from that HTTP to other protocol here. It is having some limitations. One of the main limitations of HTTP is that it is a request response protocol. How the HTTP work here? It is the request response protocol, which means that one device must initiate a request and another device must respond it. That is, it is also called as the client server model. Means suppose here is the client, correct, and here is the server, for example. Correct? server. Here is the server. Client server model or the request response means what? Suppose any data communication is needed means first client has to request, send the request here. First client has to send the request. According to this request, the server will send the response or the data. It will send the data. After that packet here, again it has to send the request. Again response here. Means for each data communication here, the request should be compulsorily sent to the server, and according to that request, server will respond here. That is the main limitations here, because this here client server model. Client means, for example, any web browser here. Web browser that may be acting as a client initiates the communication by sending a request to a server for a specific resource. ಏನಾದರೂ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಫೈಲ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ it will initiate, send me this file, correct? Resource such as a web page or the image, ಯಾವುದೋ image ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು, web page ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು means client will send that particular request. Now the server listen to the request for the client and sends back the requested resources or a requested resource. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಏನು ಅವ್ರು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾರ. If that is not available means it will send the error message. That is not available, correct? If it is there means that will send that resource. If it is not available, it will send the error message here. That is the model for the client server or the request response type of the model. That is the main basic of for the HTTP protocol, hypertext transfer protocol. ಅದು ಹೆಂಗ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ? It works on the request response model. Request response, again request response. This is the working of the HTTP here. Now see here the client server here, client here, and it is the server here. It is initiating the request, correct, and response here on this TCP connection, transmission control protocol. That connection will be established. Through that the resources are shared here. Okay, request response. Here for the data communication it is okay, but for the IoT application wise this can be inefficient. This request response model can be inefficient where devices need to send a large amount of data or communicate in real time, as it requires a lot of back and forth communication. ಈಗ IoT ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, in case of the IoT industrial control or the home automation, whatever it is, in that particular, what will happen? Continuously the data is transmitting. Continuously it has to sense here. Huge amount of data is transmitting there. If huge amount of data is transmitting, if you go for the HTTP, what will happen? For small portions also request response. Therefore, due to that request response model, it is inefficient here. ಅದ್ ಬರ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಫುಲ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಡಾಟಾ ಐತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡಾಟಾಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇವು ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ನ ಹೋಗ್ತಾವ. ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾ ಮತ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕಾ, ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾ ತಗೋಬೇಕಾ. Yes, clear here. Therefore, this request response model will be inefficient here in case of this IoT applications here. Now, instead of that request response, they have switched to one more protocol here. That is again the MQTT here, correct? They have switched the message to telemetry transport protocol here. Instead of the HTTP, MQTT here, message to transport protocol. And in an additive, what do you mean by the additive manufacturing or the 3D printing? For example, this is one product here, correct? This is one product. We need to design this in the industry. Okay, first the layout is prepared and using the some software tools, CAD and all, the designing is done. What is the specification of this particular duster here? Correct? The 3D views and all done, and that is fed to those automatic industrial equipments, and layer by layer those are assembled here. Layer by layer. ಈಗ ಒಂದ್ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಇದನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಮಷಿನ್ ಲಿಂದ, ಸಪೋಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಡಸ್ಟರ್ ಹಿಂಗಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಇದರದ ಡಿಸೈನಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ವಿಡ್ತ್ ಎಷ್ಟೈತಿ, ಹೈಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟೈತಿ, ಥಿಕ್ನೆಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕು, ದ 3D view is created. And that 3D view is fed to the automatic machine designing machines in the industry. Now how will be layer wise? First layer will be installed. Again the second layer here, second layer, third layer, fourth. Single layer by layer additive. ಆಡ್ ಹಾಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗ್ತೈತಿ. Yes, clear? Additive manufacturing using or it is also called as what? 3D printing process here. Additive manufacturing or the 3D printing process. In that industry, it is MQTT is used here. That is the message to telemetry transport protocol. Already we have studied this one. How the MQTT works. What is the model here? MQTT ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ? Publish subscriber model here. And in between the publisher and the subscriber, what is there? Broker. Correct? In between the publisher and the subscriber, the broker will be there, and broker will take care that for the authentication of the both the publisher and the subscriber. Authenticated what is that? Subscribed users are there. Correct? Those authentication and the using authorization for the using those resources here. Correct? Authorization for the using the resources, all those are checked by the broker here. And whether the publisher and the subscribers are directly connected? No, because in between the broker, through the broker they will communicate here. Through the broker they will communicate. Therefore, the main advantage of the MQTT is it is a lightweight publish subscribe protocol that is designed for the efficient communication. Okay, lightweight means what? Lightweight protocol means which will uses the minimum resources, low power, low bandwidth for the data communication. Those are called as the lightweight protocol here. Therefore, it is the MQTT is the lightweight publish subscriber protocol which efficient for the it is used for the efficient communication in low bandwidth, high latency networks. Some of the key features here, which are the main features of the MQTT here, efficient use of the bandwidth here. Whatever the low bandwidth is there, it is using very efficiently. Okay, use the compact binary format for the message, which makes it more efficient. The whatever the data it is sending, it is converting into binary format and in the compact mode to make use of that small bandwidth efficiently. Okay, next is the low power. It will use it very minimal power here. MQTT, battery may last up to years together here. Clear? Low power consumption here. And also it is the publish subscribe model here. Correct? Here the broker will be there. Here the publish and the subscriber. The device which is sending the data, it is called as the publisher here. And which is receiving the data, those are called as the subscriber. Those are called as a subscriber, and it is no need to that continuously these devices are connected to the network there, because they are ultimately sending to the broker. Broker is holding those data until the network is connected. If continuous net connect irbekanತ need illa ille, because in between the broker will be there. Here it will holds the data here. Okay. Now, therefore, it is the MQTT, it is providing the very quality of services here because of its advanced features, because of its advanced low power consumption, low bandwidth. Correct? Because of all those features here, it is, and also the no need of the continuous connectivity here, and the authentication, safety for the data. All those features are there. Therefore, it is more suited here instead of the STTP here. See here, whenever you get this because MQTT almost in 4 to 5 questions you got, I think. Wherever those concepts are asked means briefly you should explain what is MQTT. Correct? Briefly in every question, wherever that MQTT is there means whichever the protocol, about that protocol you should explain briefly, and afterwards how that is used, applied here. Because these questions are the application level here. Yeah, how we are applying in the real time. Correct? How we are applying in the real time problems or for the real time solutions here. Therefore, first basic the technical parameters you should explain their architecture and all, and afterwards application level explanation here, how those are applied here. Now, say as I said here, additive designing, additive construction here, 3D printing ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಬೈ ಲೇಯರ್ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೈತೆ ಮಷಿನ್ ದಿಂದ. ಈಗ ಒಂದ್ ಏನೋ ಇಂತ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಕತ್ತೀವಿ, ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬ್ಲೂ ಕಲರ್ ಇಂತ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಕತ್ತೀವಿ, ಒಂದ್ ಬ್ಲೂ ಐತಿಲ್ಲ. ಸಪೋಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಡಿಸೈನಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಫುಲ್ ಒಂದು ಬ್ಲೂ ಕಲರ್ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಲೇಯರ್ ವೈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಹಿಯರ್ this is the additive designing here, or the additive manufacturing process, or the 3D designing. Okay, now see here, the next question is here. Okay, next question. Just read the question here. One company is there, ABB company. Company name is ABB. Okay. The cloud architect of ABB company has informed you to select the best communication protocol. Best communication protocol to be used in smart cities. To be used in smart cities where there are millions of devices that function with less power and memory. The power is very less and memory capacity is also less for those devices here. Less power and memory. Which protocol would you suggest and why? Which protocol would you suggest and why? Which protocol is used for the smart street lighting in a smart city? Correct? Which protocol is used for the smart street lighting in a smart city here? Means here totally you have to suggest two protocols here. Overall for the one smart city, overall parameters for the monitoring, either the sound pollution, correct, or the air pollution monitoring, and in the smart house, all those overall, and one more protocol is for the smart street light, correct, for the controlling the street lighting here. For that also you have to suggest one protocol here. Question is clear? Yes, means the ABB company has informed, means that company is taken charge for that smart city operation here. It is taking the advice which protocol we should apply there for those two. And the basic need is it should connect the millions of devices that functions on the less power and the less memory here. Less power and the less memory. Okay. Again here for the smart city with millions of devices that function with less power and less memory would be the best suitable protocol is again MQTT here. Because the consumption of the power is less here in the MQTT and also the scalability is more. Correct? Scalability is more here. Now MQTT is lightweight. Lightweight means it is making use of the minimal resources here. Minimum resources here to operate. Okay, it is the lightweight publish subscribe protocol that is designed for the efficient communication in the low bandwidth high latency network here. Okay, it is particularly well suited for use in the smart cities because it is energy efficient. This protocol is energy efficient means what? It is consuming very less energy. Power consumption is less here. Therefore, the energy efficient and can be used with devices that have the limited power and the limited memory resources. ಎಲ್ಲ sensors, actuators, different devices in the millions of devices will be there in the smart city. Therefore, all those are having the limited resources there. The bandwidth will be limited, memory will be limited. Therefore, to operate with those devices, it is a well suited protocol here, MQTT. It is the well suited protocol. Now again the working here. How how this MQTT works here. Again it is the publish subscriber model here. To again in between to communicate with the public and the subscriber. In between the broker will be there. It will take care that authentication and the authorization of the public and the publisher and the subscriber here. It will check the authentication and also give the authorization here. And also the device which is sending information, it is called as the publisher, and which is receiving, it is called as the subscriber here. Okay, and also there is no need to connect continuously to the net because in between the broker is there. Through the broker the messages are transmitting here. Therefore, whenever they need, they just need to send to the information to the broker here, and they can receive the information from the broker. Therefore, that is the public, publish and the subscriber type of the model. Therefore, that is well suited for the IIoT in the smart city application. That is well suited for the smart city application. Now, one more is for the smart lighting here, street lighting. Which protocol you suggest? Correct? In the same question, two sub questions are there for the smart city application and for this street lighting. Okay. For the smart street lighting, the best suggested protocol is that is DALI. That DLI means what is it? Digital addressable lighting interface. Digital addressable lighting interface here. The main advantage or the main feature of this DALI is that is it can connect the street lights or the device, individual device. The connectivity is not from in the form of the group of the devices or the group of the lights. It will connect to the individual lighting and it can control individual lighting, and also the communication between the two-way here. It can send the server can send the or the controller can send the information to the lights here, and light can also send the information towards the sensor or the controller. Therefore, those are the main features here. Here, that is some main feature is what here. Here it can connect to the individual lightings to control their brightness and the time durations. For example, street light means what? During the morning time, they should automatically get off. Again, after the 6:30 or 7 o'clock, light should be on. And also the brightness. From 7 o'clock to up to 12 o'clock, it should be high bright. But night ಗೆ brightness reduce ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Clear? From the 1 o'clock to the up to the 4 o'clock, the light intensity may be reduced there to save the power here. Therefore, like that, the controlling operation of the street light here. That is the duration when they should be on, when they should be off, turn off, and during which duration the intensity should be maximum, during which duration it should be minimum. Like that, all those controlling process for the individual light also it can be done through this protocol here. Okay. Next one is it is providing the two-way communication. That is here in the key features. First one is the addressability. First advantage of this protocol is the DALI allows for individual control of the lighting fixture. Correct? Lighting fixture. That is each particular light can be assigned a unique address here. Even the 1,000 lights on the each light get separate address it. It is not that group ಆಗಿ ಇದೊಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಏರಿಯಾಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಇದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಲೈಟ್ಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಏರಿಯಾಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಲೈಟ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಹಿಂಗಿರಂಗ ಈಚ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಲೈಟ್ is having its own unique address. Therefore, it can be connected to the controller here to control that operation of that particular light here. Therefore, all are having the unique address and enabling the centralized and precise control of the lighting levels and the schedules and other parameters. Lighting level andre high intensity, low intensity, medium intensity. Those are the levels here. And schedules means what? Timing. ಯಾವ ಟೈಮ್ ನಿಂದ ಯಾವ ಟೈಮ್ಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಫ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಲೈಟ್, ಯಾವಾಗ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. Schedules. Those are the schedules here. Therefore, all those can be controlled using those addressability, because each light is having its own address. Using that address, it can be controlled here. Next is the two-way communication. And one more, this one is the advantage is it is having the feature of the two-way communication. Means lights can also send information to the controller and control can also send information for the controlling purpose. Therefore, due to this two-way communication, what is the main advantage here? That is the maintenance. Correct? Maintenance is very easy. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಲೈಟ್ ಲಿಂದ ಏನು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಕಡೆ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲರ್ ಕಡೆ ಸಿಲ್ಫ್ only controller is controlling the devices, and if it is the only one way communication, for example, if only one way communication is there, means due to some reasons the light is out of service, ಏನು ಲೈಟ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಹೋಯ್ತು ಅಥವಾ ಏನೋ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಹಂಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ಅದರಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಂತ ಅದು ಮೇಂಟೆನೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಸಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅದು ಆಫ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಹಳ ದಿನ ಆದ ಕೂಡ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, they have to go and check there what was happened, and afterwards they have to go for the maintenance here. But if it is two-way communication is there, means what is the advantage? If any problem occurs there, it will send that information to the controller here. It will send that information to the controller. Immediately that problem can be attended here. Correct? That maintenance cost, maintenance time can be reduced here. Therefore, that is also the one of the advantage in the two-way communication. That particular DALI is having the two-way communication feature here. Means controller can also send and lights can also send the information here. Now scalability. Scalability, as here it can fit number of devices. It is not only limited to 10 like that. It can be number of devices. Mainly it is usually the 64 devices in one network, 64 lights. or the 64 devices. Suppose above the 64s are there, means they can go for the 2 to 3 networks. For example, in one daylight is up to how many network lights here, or the devices 64. For example, we are having 130 lights we need in one area. In one DLR network, it is 64, means again it is connected to the controller here. Correct? It is connected to the controller. Again, we can have one more network here. Again, here 64 lights or the devices here. Correct? Here like this, they can have more than one network also here. They can have more than one network also. Therefore, the scalability is more here. Means more and more devices can be connected here. More and more devices can be connected. Next is the energy efficiency. That is, it will uses the very low energy also here, and the lighting, the enabling the precise control. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ ಲೈಟ್ ಇದ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಯಾವ ಟೈಮಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇಂಟೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಲೈಟ್ ಬೇಕು. ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಈಗ ಬೆಳಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ಫುಲ್ ಲೈಟ್ ಆನ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಅದು ಫುಲ್ ಇದನ್ನಂದ್ರೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಈಗ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫುಲ್ ಬಹಳ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ದ, for example, from evening 7:30 to 10 o'clock, night 10 o'clock, at that time if you go for the very low intensity, means that is also of no use. Correct. That time you need the high brightness. Again, from the night, for example 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock early in the morning, at that time full bright hogittandre enada waste of energy. Movement, public movement will be less there. Traffic is also less. How the, therefore, according to that durations, how it is needed precisely, those are controlled here. Therefore, the energy efficiency, energy save ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಿ. ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬೇಕಂಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಟೈಮ್ಗೆ, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇಷ್ಟಲಿಂದ ಇಷ್ಟು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಇಷ್ಟು ಫುಲ್ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಹೈ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಲೈಟ್ ಗ್ಲೋ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ. Loss of the energy there. Therefore, according to need, according to the scheduled timings there, the energy is controlled here. Saving of the energy here. Okay. Next is the interoperability, means what? It is the compatibility with other devices also. Means this particular protocol, it is not that it is only supporting some part of the light, some type of the light. If ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಲೈಟ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರು, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಬಲ್ಬ್ಸ್ ಲೈಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಡಿವೈಸಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ, it is not that only one company is manufacturing. Number of companies are there. Therefore, it is compatible with, means it is able to exchange the information with other devices also here. Therefore, we can go for the any manufacturing lightings such that we can connect there. It can communicate. Okay. Next one is the reliability. Reliability means what? It will make sure that at any time, at any crucial conditions also, it will holds good that particular data communication here. Communication ಅನ್ನ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೈತದ, ರಿಲಯಬಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. Therefore, these are the main features of this DALI protocol, which is used in the smart city and street light ಗೆ. Mainly it is used for the street light purpose only, designed for the street light controlling here. Okay. Now, why these are some of the features we have studied. Now, why this is used in that particular lighting here? Here, first one is the edak now lighting smart city use ಮಾಡಕತ್ತಾವಿ, fine tuned control. ಹೌದಾ? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಏನಾಗಿ ಫೈನ್ ಆಗಿ ಲೋ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಇಂದ ಹೈ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಮಟ್ಟ ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕಷ್ಟು ಇಂಟೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದಿಲ್ಲ. tuning will be there. Second is the integration with the other system, means it is compatible with the other systems also. We can connect with the other systems, means along with the light controlling, home automation also we can integrate there. Home automation, that is HVAC, that is heat, ventilation and air conditioning. HVAC means heat, ventilation, the air conditioning, the home automation, those parameters also we can integrate. Idar jotege mix ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು. Not only the light this one controlling, those parameters also we can integrate and we can control here. Therefore, the integrity will be there here. ಅದನ್ನ integrate ಮಾಡಿ ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ. Okay, next one is the maintenance and the monitoring. Maintenance is less in the monitoring because it is providing the two-way communication. ಡಿವೈಸ್ ನೀವು ಕಡೆ ಕಳಿಸಬಹುದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲರ್ ನು ಕಳಿಸ್ತೈತಿ. ಟೂ ವೇ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಶನ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದೇನಾರ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್. ಸಮ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್, therefore immediately they can attend and they can make that service there. Therefore maintenance cost will be less here. Therefore, it is suggested for that street light application, the DALI protocol here. And for full that this one, smart city, which one you have suggested? Smart city ge yavu suggest madidri? MQTT. Correct? For the smart city it is the MQTT, and for the street light it is DLI protocol here. Eldano brief agi explain madbeku adana. Now the last question here. Just read the question, last one. The web transfer protocol for use with constrained nodes and constrained networks, correct? In the Internet of Things, the protocol is designed for the machine-to-machine M2M application, that is the machine-to-machine applications, such as a smart energy and building automation. Which is this IoT protocol? List the feature. Which is this IoT protocol and list the features here. Constrained devices means what? It is the with the devices which are having the less memory and the less processing. Okay, like the sensors, actuators, the network of those, that is called the constrained network here. Okay, in that applications, this particular protocol is used, which is that here. Here, the Internet of Things protocol you are referring to is the probably Constrained Application Protocol, COAP. In short, they will write it as the COAP, Constrained Application Protocol here. Okay. Now, COAP is a web transfer protocol designed for use with constrained nodes and networks in the IoT. As I said, constrained nodes and constrained networks means what? The devices which are having the lesser memory, lesser CPU processing, those devices, and the network which is formed by those constrained nodes, it is called the constrained network here. Okay, in that case, the COAP is used here. Some of the key features here. First one is it is the lightweight. What do you mean by the lightweight protocol? Lightweight protocol ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ, which uses less resources. Resource ಅನ್ನ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಿ. Either it may be the power or the bandwidth. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ work ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. Therefore, it is the lightweight protocol here. It is the lightweight protocol designed to be efficient, making it suitable for the use for the constrained devices that have limited processing and memory resources. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ constrained network ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ limited ಇರ್ತೈತಲ್ಲ, memory ಅಥವಾ processing ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. Therefore, since it is the lightweight ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇದ್ರಾಗ ಅದು ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತದ. Therefore, it is there. That is the main feature here. Second is which type of the model it is? COAP, it is again the request response model here. Again, this is the request and response type of the model, uses the request response model similar to HTTP, because in HTTP also it is the request response model there. First, the client has to request and the server will respond there. Same similar way, it is also request response model here. Next, asynchronous communication. Asynchronous communication means what? They can send data anytime. Okay, asynchronous communication means they can send data anytime. For example, here this is the A and this is the B here. Suppose A wants to send the data to the B here. Suppose it is sending the data here. Once it has reached the data here, suppose there is asynchronous means there is no need to wait for the response. Continuous ಆಗಿ ಇದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಬೇಕಾವಾಗ ಕಳಿಸಬಹುದು. ಇದು ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ಕೋ ಅದರದಿಂದ ಏನ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಬರತೈತೆ ಅಂತ ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ನೀಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. Getting this one, at any time they can send the data in here also. But synchronous means what? If suppose this is the A and B, synchronous type of the data communication means what? Suppose A is sending some data to the B here, means again to send the next data, first it has to wait for the response. What was the response there? After receiving the correct response, again it has to send the next data here. That is the synchronous. But this type is what here? Asynchronous communication. Therefore, there is no need to wait for the response. There is no need to wait for the response. They can send data anytime here. Okay. Next is the secure communication here. Because why it is secure communication? It is using for the data safety here. They are using the encryption here and the authentication. encrypt data as they are not sending the data as it is. For example, 1011. They want to send the data. This one means instead of sending 1011, they may encrypt like 001011 again 111. Correct, means here they are adding 3 zeros initially and three ones at the end. And if any unauthorized they will receive, means they will receive this data 00010111111. ಇದು ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಏನ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ at the receiver here they will be knowing how to decrypt there, means they will cut these and they will take the actual data here. Therefore this is for the data safety, encryption and the decryption, and also authentication. To make use of whenever they want to connect, they have to authenticate and verify ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ password through. Authenticated users or clients are not there. Okay, therefore the safety will be more. And also the interoperability means what? The compatibility with the other devices here. Compatibility, it is not that it is compatible with only one manufacturer or the only one type of the device. It can connect to number of different devices here. Okay, therefore due to these features here, this COAP is, it can be used here in the particular application. Yes, clear? Okay, thank you.